Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances and choose from our wide lineup of top brands. Plus, save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder built for strength, flexibility, and job site versatility. Pros, these savings will only be here for a limited time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/30 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowes.com for more details.
Teachers, have you ever looked at your February calendar and thought, when exactly are we supposed to teach?
Because somehow February manages to be the shortest month of the year and also the one that feels like 12 mini months all rolled into one.
Ain't that true? It starts with Groundhog Day, and then there's, of course, Black History Month, Lunar New Year, Valentine's Day, the 100th day of school, which is a big deal in kindergarten for most kindergartners, President's Day, the Super Bowl, and, let's not forget, this year we have the Winter Olympics.
So many things. I don't even remember celebrating Groundhog Day when I was in kindergarten, but now it's a thing.
Oh, we forgot Mardi Gras. That happens usually in February, too.
And Mardi Gras. Wait, and curriculum pacing, of course, and assessing children, and conferences. Oh, yeah, we're writing report cards. And behaviors that suddenly pop up, and there always seems to be more meetings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And all of it layered on top of our regular routines that we've put firmly into place and expectations. Hey, welcome back to Big Little Lessons. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Kristine, and today we're talking about February, the beautiful, exhausting, joyful, overwhelming middle of the school year.
This episode is for every teacher who loves creating magic, but also ends February feeling completely spent.
So today we're going to talk about how to celebrate those holidays in meaningful ways without burning out and without losing the heart of our curriculum.
We love traditions and joy in the classroom. But we also believe that learning, routines, and relationships have to stay at the center.
Exactly. So let's jump into why February feels like too much. As we said, it's the shortest month of the year, but it's jam-packed with so many things. And it isn't just busy. Jenny, I found a new phrase that I love. It's called event stacking.
Event stacking. So yes, that works. They are events.
All the holidays we mentioned literally happen within days and weeks of each other. And one year it was Valentine's Day and Day 100 always are basically back to back. And Lunar New Year comes and goes depending on, the calendar, the Lunar New Year calendar. But this particular year, it was Valentine's Day, Day 100, Lunar New Year, and a family said to me, can we celebrate my daughter's birthday on Thursday, which was right in the middle of all of it? And I said, sure, absolutely.
Recall that they asked you in January. So January, you're like, sure, no big deal.
Yeah, that sounds great. So this poor little Charlie, on the day of their birthday, we were just like, well, we have to do this activity, and we're doing this activity, and now parents are coming, and now we're seeing this presentation, and we're hearing this story. And that poor kid just got sort of, shoved in there. But I'm sure that it was really exciting too, because it was all of those things happening and it was their birthday.
Well, I do remember this particular Charlie because you remember her mom loved to take photos.
I do.
Needed to document every moment. And because that was such a full day with all these activities, we had a lot of parents in our classroom that day. I do remember the bell was going to ring. We had like 5 minutes left, but she wasn't done taking photos. She needed to capture not only, and I think we had our 6th grade pals come down too. So get pictures with Charlie with her 6th grade pal. Then we had to get Charlie with her Day 100 crown and Charlie with her birthday crown. And it was, and with both teachers and then one teacher. And then,
whew, I'm exhausted just thinking about it. But, it's interesting because we over the years, we've really shifted and done some things to help us with that because there's no way we could maintain that level of event stacking. Let's be honest.
Well, we've learned a few things over the years, which we'll talk about. Like, it's a really fun month. And so it's not something that we dread, but you definitely have to check in and balance it. So
Right.
why is February too much? It's not one big event. It's not just Valentine's Day or just day 100. It's a dozen small things that require planning and communicating with the families, require materials to purchase. Of course, the emotional energy because everyone's a little bit excited with anticipation. And then there's just decision making. So why do so many events stack up? Well, at the heart of it, you and I, Kristine, we know that kids learn more when the learning is joyful. And so to weave curriculum with special events and holidays is called integrative learning. It is downright fun. One of the perks of teaching kindergarten.
Right. And it's what we love. Honestly, like I don't enter into February thinking, oh, I have all these events. What a bummer. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I love all the joy and enthusiasm and excitement that the children bring. And there is a lot of learning. It just looks different than the rest of the school year. We have to really think about each of these holidays and like, what are we going to do? So something small like Groundhog Day. I mean, I said, I don't ever remember. Was it ever a thing, Groundhog's Day? When we
don't remember. I mean, it's on calendars. February 2nd is Groundhog's Day. But no, I never celebrated it at school.
Well, we've made it a thing. And
I love the names for Groundhog's Day, too. Whistle pig.
Oh,
Is it a woodchuck?
Woodchuck. That's right.
I mean, we like to call it the Day of the Rodent.
That's right. It's so fun. I mean, we do acknowledge it, but we had to really think about, like Jenny said, all the planning that goes into it. What's relevant, what's not relevant, what's age appropriate, what do families expect? You know, how long do we learn about it for? So
there is all those tiny little details and it grows. And we kind of took Groundhog's Day to the next level. So we had to kind of look and say, what was the most important part about it? We do Scholastic News, which is a cute weekly newspaper for students. So they usually have something about Groundhog's Day. So we want to read through the sweet little magazine.
We watch YouTube. We watch Puxatani Phil in the morning. We always watch the YouTube video so we can see. I mean, that newscast goes on for hours and hours. So we just fast forward to the groundhog part, you know, when they lift him up and the kids are like, is that real?
Just fun.
It's fun.
And we also, but we had taken it too far. We started making fun little pudding cups and made a little groundhog popping out for this sugary treat. And then we like to make a groundhog puppet and they love to make those. Just fun. But there were so many things that we were downloading and uploading and creating.
It takes over.
It takes over. So now you and I have worked together. So it is an hour and a half celebration in the afternoon where we incorporate writing and math, fun activities all around Punxsutawney Phil.
Right.
And it's manageable and it still is fun and it doesn't take over our whole life. It's one afternoon for about an hour and a half at the most.
No. And a few years ago, we did something really silly and fun. What made it so fun was, well, we bought these costumes because we were in this school play. Remember, we were playing beavers in the school play together. So we bought these costumes. They're just like onesies. And then we thought, wow, we can really use these on Groundhog's Day. Mm-hmm. And so now we dress up at the end of the day. We put them on when we take the kids out to carpool. And it is the most hilarious thing ever.
You put on this little costume and you just transform into groundhogs, whistle pigs, woodchucks. I mean, it happens. And it's kind of unexpected. Carpool, you're a conversation piece. So, yeah.
I mean, with no shame. With no shame, bringing children to their cars and dressed up as a groundhog.
Fun.
So what makes it even harder is that February sits, right in the middle of the year. It's true. So we're counting the days and we're just to day 100. We're getting close to day 100. Routines are wobbly. Students are tired. Teachers are carrying months of accumulated responsibility.
Yeah, it's kind of the lull of you've had the whole holiday system. Things are in place. January, well, I don't feel like January's been that calm this year. I don't know about you, but it feels very full, but it just kind of ramps up. And there's flu season. So people are getting things, colds, ear infections, all those kinds of things are happening in February. February can feel harder than it should. And that's not a weakness, it's reality. So
Right.
You and I have been discussing it amongst each other. And then we found some research that when we look at research on teacher burnout, honestly, it stopped us. And that's what made us want to develop today's episode.
It's true. So studies consistently show that teachers experience high stress when job demands increase without added support or time. That's what we're talking about. The job demands have gone up with all this event stacking, and we don't have more time. We don't have more support. Everything's the same. Where are you pulling from?
Yes. So researchers describe burnout happens when expectations pile up, but the resources to meet them don't. And that means your time and energy, all of it is just too much.
Too much. February is a textbook example of that. More events, more decisions, more emotional labor, I think is a good way to put it. And the same number of hours. Nothing else is changing. Just you're jamming more into it.
That's one of many challenges for all of us teachers is you usually have twice as much curriculum as you'll ever be able to get into. And so that's one of the deciding things is what is the most manageable. What really stood out to us in this research is that burnout isn't about not loving your job. We feel called to this job. We care so much about our students in our class, but it's about loving it so much that you're actually pouring out too much and it's not sustainable.
No, it's not. And I feel like we've really, in the 20 years that we've worked together, we've really had to reflect on that. We've worked so well bouncing ideas back and forth in order to protect ourselves.
Yeah.
I really think that we've hit a really good stride, but it doesn't mean that we have it figured out because every February comes and every year something, we discover something new or we make a different change to go in line with all of this. Protecting teacher well-being it's not selfish. We have to do it. It's essential.
So we want to protect the classroom by protecting the teacher. We're the role models. We're the event coordinators. So here's a reframe we want to offer. Teacher well-being is the classroom well-being.
I like that. Because when teachers are regulated, when they're grounded and supported, I think our students feel it. It's like you're home. When you're dysregulated or stressed out, your whole family knows it. Yeah. They're our family. The students are our family.
We want to create a classroom that is inviting and reassuring and has predictability. Instead of asking, how do I do everything? We want to reframe it and say, what actually matters most right now? We reevaluate and picking what is most meaningful, what takes priority. You and I, we've done that so many times. We start planning out. We have our general skeleton of the whole year and the benchmarks of our reading and our writing and our math and so forth, our social emotional learning. But then we go into the details, and that's where you and I feel like have really worked together. And that's what we encourage everybody to take time to map out the weeks and the months, in this case, February, and say, this is what we actually love. And then go in there. And whenever you and I have said, I don't know, do you like this? And usually the other one will say, I don't like, should we put it away this year? And every time we've done that, we've never looked back and we've never redone it.
You're so right. I mean, there's been things that we did for years because our school is really rooted in tradition also. So when we started working together, we maintained a lot of traditions that were in place. And then we're like, you know what? We've outgrown this. This isn't our tradition. Let's make a new tradition.
Do you remember the Valentine card?
Oh my gosh. So when Jenny and I started working together, there was this Valentine card that the children it was something that they did for years and years and years. And it was basically,
we inherited it.
it was not our
you.
idea.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that authentic. There was nothing authentic about it, let's be honest. It was a ditto sheet with a puppy, and you cut out the hearts for the ears.
Everything was a heart shape. The body of the dog was a heart shape. The head was a smaller heart shape. The paws were heart. Everything was heart shaped. We're like, how cute is that? Ditto. And you would print it off in different colors. You'd have all the Valentine colors, which is so unauthentic.
Completely. So we never looked back. We do
So
something.
we'd make them a puppy card for our parents, and then a puppy card for their 6th grade pal. So if you're the kind of student that has extraordinary fine motor skills that can cut heart shapes galore, lickety split, then you might like it. But there was always a cluster of students. It was like,
Yeah, they're 5 years old.
it was irritating and not fun. And so, of course, we'd help them out with some of their heart shape, the smaller heart shapes, but it became torture, and we gave it up, and we've never looked back. I love what we do for Valentine's cards now.
Yeah, and there's so much learning integrated into these wonderful celebrations.
Nobody does selling better than Shopify. Shopify is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet, and the not-so-secret secret, with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts go abandoned and way more sales going through. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. On the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period for 3 months at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
Lowe's knows how to turn big plans into real results. Whether it's new appliances or a home refresh, get started with 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more with a MyLowe's Rewards credit card, January 15th through the 30th. So you can invest in your upgrade now and pay over time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer subject to credit approval and cannot be combined. Minimum monthly payment required. See store or Lowe's.com for details.
We love celebrations. We always have loved celebrations. But February is when we lean into, I have it, brace yourself.
Oh, yes.
No, I mean, pace yourself.
It's so true. Those 2 words, well, interchangeably, brace yourself and pace yourself. Yeah. So that means creating meaningful moments without draining yourself. What is realistic and sustainable? So we have some ideas for everybody.
Yeah. So let's say choose 3 anchor moments for a holiday that matter to you most in your class. For example, Lunar New Year. Which ones do you love the most? So let's pick Lunar New Year. What happens during Lunar New Year? There's family presentations, there's traditions, there's stories about the zodiac, and then we sample some food. And that's what we do on Lunar New Year.
Oh, you remember that year we got those lantern kits?
Oh,
a family thought it'd be really fun to give every student one of these lantern kits that had 8,000 pieces, and we have 20 minutes per center to put these lanterns together.
Students were falling apart. I was falling apart. And then I was just shoving them into a bag saying, just take it home, just take it home. I felt so bad.
Yeah, so now we have our big 3, right?
Wait, I have another funny one. Remember when the parents decided that we would put on the lion heads in the kindergarten playground, and you were the head and I was the body?
Yes, I remember.
And then they had the drums and we had to do the whole lion dance.
Yeah, and they're like, this is an antique lion head, so you have to do it. We don't want the kids to be in there. And so we're marching around and we're like, this isn't in our job description, but let's do it. And we got into it. But yes, that was very funny.
Oh my God, so silly. So silly.
So now we've narrowed down because there's a plethora of things to do for Lunar New Year. So name those 3 things again, Kristine.
So what we do is we narrow it down to the afternoon. So we have a presentation where families come in. They sometimes dress up in traditional clothing. They bring the red envelopes for the students. They do a presentation. Sometimes they have a slideshow about what Lunar New Year is. And then we break up into centers. Parents will do an activity or a small craft, a manageable craft with them outside. Yeah, manageable. And then they always bring in food, which is so fun to taste. We always love to have different types of food for children to taste. And then in the classroom, they'll play some games or do something related to the zodiac, whatever the year is. So,
Yeah.
That's it.
It's so much fun. And again, it's like we really celebrate and honor Lunar New Year. We may read some stories leading up to our celebration day, but it's only a little bit of time. And then the Lunar New Year celebration with families is about an hour, a little over an hour.
Right.
And manageable.
Right. Yeah. If it doesn't connect to learning, it shouldn't be a part of it.
Yeah. So it's not this big blown out thing, but we're still honoring it and having a good time with a read aloud, a conversation, a manageable, quick activity. It's not this full on production.
Right. Right. And then we do that for the different holidays as well.
Yeah.
I mean, all the different ones, like on day 100.
Yeah. Our second point is that when you can with our holidays, integrate it. We don't make it separate. To take the learning that you're going to be doing with your students that they're ready to do for that month and integrate it with the holiday.
Exactly. So in day, like the 100th day becomes like math and writing and problem solving. And we make those really fun. They count out 100 Fruit Loops to make necklaces. We love that.
They're just munching on all those Fruit Loops until it's empty yarn.
Oh, I know. And then they just go home with the yarn around their neck.
It's so fun. And then for Valentine's Day, we integrate the ideas of becoming extra kindness to others and building community and having some fun writing assignments while they're making the Valentine cards and exchanging those. So we're integrating the curriculum during Valentine's Day.
Right. So consider teachers also choosing some non-negotiables each day. Like maintaining, it's so important for children to maintain the routine, especially for the more non-flexible students. Like this could really send them into a state of dysregulation if it's just too much coming at them. So you want to make sure that your day is starting the same. You're having your morning meeting. You're having your read aloud. You're having, all the other parts of your day are grounding the student so that they're not just doing this activity and this activity.
Yeah, even when we're doing this month with so many activities, we often tailor the holiday activities for our afternoon centers. So the beginning of the day is kind of predictable. And maybe the math is going to have, our math time is usually mid-morning. We have some sort of Valentine math, perhaps, but they understand the routine hasn't changed. Oh, we're going to celebrate whatever it is, Lunar New Year or day 100 in our afternoon centers. And so that keeps the kids more regulated. They're going to have a little bit more energy with extra sugary treats, but it's mannered.
Yeah. Also, let's think about how we have put a boundary on it for ourselves. And I think that that's one of the things that I feel I've learned a lot from you about boundaries, and you've helped me a lot with that.
You've helped me too.
Oh,
absolutely.
Because we do want to do it all, but sometimes it gets bigger than we are. And sometimes we're like, we're also having our families and living our lives. And at the end of the day, we don't have this. Do we have to go? Jenny, should I run to the store? It's probably not necessary, but I feel like we need it. But we just say no. Just say no.
No. We inherited making day 100 cakes every year, and it was a lot. And when we let that one go, it made it so much easier because we weren't going to buy one more thing for the classroom. We do weekly cooking. We didn't need to make 3 sugary cakes and send them.
It freed up a lot,
Simple traditions are still traditions, right? We're not saying goodbye to traditions, but we are making it more age appropriate and sustainable.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes the hardest part isn't the planning. We have such a rich curriculum. I mean,
We do.
at first you sort of going, am I doing the right thing? But when you look at what we're giving and what we're providing, it is hard to let it go. But once you do, like we said earlier, we don't look back.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not really sure if you can let something go, save it, keep it in your file, and you're going to go cleaning it out the next year, and you're going to go ahead and just let it go. So I agree. I've never looked back when we've gotten rid of something. It creates space for more highly engaging learning. So
Love that.
to keep our boundaries, we have some phrases that we've learned to use. And one we've said to our students and to each other is, we're going to keep this celebration simple so that we can continue our good learning routine.
Yeah. And also to parents, for this will be a meaningful in-class tradition rather than a full day party for birthdays. So they want a birthday party because it's so much easier. Oh, they can celebrate with their friends at school, and I'll bring cupcakes, and you, the teachers, will pass out the cupcakes, and birthday party, check. And we're like, no, we're not going to do that.
So we make it very clear about our birthday tradition in our classroom, which is it's an in-class tradition. It's not a full-blown extravaganza, because we have, anywhere from 23 to 26 kids per year. And that's a lot of extra celebrations. So our birthday celebrations, the kids decorate a crown beforehand. We sing them happy birthday and have a little birthday chant. They get to be the line leader all day.
Oh, and they get to change their name for the day. That's the fun.
Change their name. Yeah, that's so fun too. But, that's it. But every year we have parents that want to come in and they're like, oh, but we wanted to bring extra things. And we just said, that's not our birthday policy.
And they respect that. I think years ago when we started working there was donuts at every turn, donuts for this, donuts for that, donuts, in the faculty room, there was donuts all the time and cupcakes. And I think they've changed birthday policies in all the grade levels.
Right.
So
keep it simple and better.
Doing less allows us to do what matters. Like you said, it makes space. And I think that's just evaluating what needs to happen.
Right.
So when teachers model boundaries, when we're modeling boundaries, we're hoping that we're teaching and modeling for our children for them to do the same.
Oh, I think we are. Absolutely. I mean, I think that's for parents, for all of us. Once you know your boundary, that makes it so much clearer. It's like, that's not for our class this year.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So.
Yeah, it's okay to say no. And I think you're right. That's where the guilt comes in. I think we want to be embracing and have open classroom for parents to come in and celebrate, but that's not the reality of the situation. It wouldn't ever be, we wouldn't ever accomplish anything. So it is really important to be clear on the boundary. It is important for the parents to respect that boundary and for the children to understand it too. And I do believe that they do. And that's why we're having a blast.
Right. Well, and that's one thing I feel really strongly about too. I want to treat every family as fairly as possible. So what I do for one family, I would do for every family. And
Exactly.
So if a family, and they have sometimes really good intentions, but it's like, I would feel bad that we didn't do it for 12 other families that have already done something. So to make it very clear so that it's even as possible. And it just works. So, so much to think about. But let's go into our optional listener homework. It's always an option. And we like to leave you with a little reflection.
So here's our optional homework.
Okay. So look at your next busy season. Perhaps it's not February, but any time of the year, there's a busy season for you.
So as you approach that season, make a list and look at the list and maybe circle 3 things that are really important to you on that list. What are the 3 things that truly matter?
Yeah. And once you've circled those 3 things, then ask yourself, could it be simplified? Could it be shortened? Could it be released?
Yeah. Let it go.
I'm always for let's make this simple for myself.
Or what would making it manageable look like for you?
Cutting it down. Because like you said, there's so many good ideas, and you can get swept up and you think, I have to do all this. But do you? Do you?
No,
Back.
no. So let's relinquish any guilt that we've ever had. And and moving forward, as we approach this very busy season of event stacking, we're gonna be thinking about it with new fresh eyes.
Yeah. Well, it starts with, what did we take away from our conversation today? Planning and talking about it. And I think for me, my big little lesson is that when I'm starting to dread something that I want to do, but I'm like, I need to name it. Why is there a sense of, ugh? And it's usually because I'm trying to do too much that's not manageable. So I love that idea of looking at it, honoring it, whether it's somebody's milestone birthday or a special holiday in the classroom or the family, and saying, I want to honor it, but how can I do this manageably and as simply as possible? What about you?
I definitely loved maintaining traditions, but understanding the reason for the tradition is to serve as a connection. Connection is so important, and it shouldn't consume you. It should enrich you. It should make you happy. It should make you excited. It should not dysregulate you. It should make you have fun and learn and feel connected, and not come home at the end of the day and go straight to your couch and be like, oh, I'm exhausted. Just, that tradition is really important. Connecting to your students is really important, and maintaining it in a manageable way is really important.
Yeah, I completely agree. Because the truth is, when you're regulated as a teacher, it creates a regulated classroom.
Yes.
And that means you and your class are able to continue regular learning routines and at the same time protect your wellness.
Definitely. And sometimes the most powerful thing you could give your students is, your calm presence as an adult. So, and then everything sort of goes back to normal until the next day.
Until there's March. And then, March is another big one about that with Easter and St. Patrick's Day, which is right there with Halloween and Valentine's Day. It's a big day.
Yeah.
All right. So, listeners, if this episode has made you feel seen, we hope you'll share this with a teacher friend or someone who needs permission to exhale.
You're not failing if you're tired. You're human.
But thank you, teachers, for showing up for children and for yourself.
Yes. We'll link this research that we referenced in the show notes about burnout.
So until next time, remember,
we might not have all the answers,
but we have a lot of experience. Have a good month.
Bye, everyone.
Long live the groundhog.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.